Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And we are at the beautiful Hoboken High School located at 800 Clinton Street. And folks, this is our 250th full episode, and it took them 250 episodes to come on. And of course, that is my good friend, the Honorable Mayor of the City of Hoboken, Ravi Bhalla. Mayor Bhalla, so great having you on.
Thanks for having me.
Exactly. And you should have corrected me, Mayor, because we actually did a feature on Mutzfest one year.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, that was a while ago.
And I kind of ambushed you with the camera, but that's okay. It was so long ago. Thank you for taking the time out.
No, it's my pleasure.
Absolutely. Mayor, in your 6 years at the helm, correct? Now I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think your biggest accomplishments are for the Mile Square City?
You know, when I first came into office, our fiscal house was a mess. We were at junk bond status rating when I first ran for city council. Taxes went up 70% in 1 year for the municipal portion. And we had a fiscal monitor take over City Hall because the budget was overspent by $12 million. So to go from there, junk bond status, where if you wanted to borrow money for a fire truck or any capital project, we just couldn't borrow any money because of our financial order. Our house was not in order. And now I'm proud to say we just got our latest rating from Standard & Poor, and it's a AA+ rating with a special municipal rating of the highest rating that you can get. So that, really from a neutral source really shows how we've been able to stabilize our tax base, create a surplus, and also invest in things that really matter, like infrastructure. So obviously fiscal responsibility. I think Union Dry Dock, capturing that piece of the waterfront was critical. I think Vision Zero, we haven't had a traffic death in 7 years. That's a big achievement. And also elevating climate action. After Superstorm Sandy, we saw climate change is real. And we're making multi-million-dollar investments to keep our city safe for years to come.
And congratulations on that. And I know sometimes working with the city council who have difference of opinion from you, it could be difficult. And to accomplish all of that says a lot to your leadership. So.
Well, it says a lot to the entire city. We really agree on most things, whether it's me and the council members, whether it's a majority or minority. I wish there was a little bit less bickering and a lot more governing.
Exactly.
And we do that by reaching out to anybody. They might be an adversary on the council or a friend on the council, but we all live in the same community. It's all Hoboken, right?
I love
so we're all in it together. We're all in it for the right reasons, and we try to work with everyone to get things done.
And you certainly worked your way up. I don't know if you remember this, Mayor, but you and I were Democratic committee people
yes,
together.
I do.
Absolutely. Exactly. And then you became a councilman for 8 years. A councilman at large. Was it 8 years? I believe it was. Yes. For 8 years, and now, like I said, you're mayor for 6. So you really worked your way up, and now you're looking to become the congressman for District 8 in the state of New Jersey. Of course, running against the incumbent, who is Congressman Rob Menendez, and Kyle J.C., former Assemblywoman's son, who's also running. Why throw yourself in the race now?
I think we're at a critical moment in this country where, Congress is a mess. The Congress members are polarized either to the far left or to the far right. And I think Congress can use more mayors because we know how to get things done. We have to work with people, reach across the aisle, and make progress for our city. So, I can bring those attributes as a 2-term sitting mayor to Washington, D.C., and also some of the things we talked about, whether it's safer streets, infrastructure building, those are the types of things that we've done in Hoboken that are innovative, that's what makes the city so special, and replicating that across the district and hopefully across the country is it'd be truly a Hoboken story. So that's why I'm putting my hat in the ring.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, Mayor. And if you're lucky enough to get elected to Congress, what are some of your goals for the district?
I think affordability is a huge issue, not just in Hoboken, but across the district. We've made a lot of strides in terms of reining in on corporate landlords that jack up rents 15, 20, even 30%. We've been sued by those corporate landlords because they don't want to make housing affordable in this district. And that is so important. People are living paycheck to paycheck. We want to make sure that we have a path for working families to a safe and secure future. So economics is, almost 1, 2, and 3, and then obviously replicating some of the things we've done in Hoboken, seeing if we can scale up to a more national level.
That is, and speaking of national level, boy, I'm going to have you sit in the host chair here. You're just giving me segues left and right here. We do have a very, very important presidential race coming up. It looks like it's going to be a rematch from 4 years ago between President Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who's former President Donald Trump, that is.
Right.
Why do you think it's important that people go out and know the issues in this presidential year?
Well, I always like to say that elections have consequences. And, when Donald Trump was president, he got to elect Supreme Court or appoint Supreme Court justices that as a result of that process, Roe versus Wade got thrown aside.
Right.
So if you care about reproductive rights, you've got to get involved in this election and support candidates who support a woman's right to choose. That's just one example. I mean, these elections, they do have consequences. As a proud Democrat, I fully support the re-election of President Biden. He's brought in infrastructure money, and during the pandemic brought in American Rescue Plan money down to the local level. So we've seen the tangible results of the Biden administration right here in Hoboken through our resiliency parks and safe streets programs.
Yeah, and I do want to talk about President Biden because I think he's doing just a marvelous job in the White House. But it seems like the messaging is not going through. He has a 37% approval rating, and he's in a nail biter with the former president, which is shocking to me. Why do you think his message is not coming across after all the wonderful things that he's done?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly, why that is. I think it's that you've got, unfortunately, an outsized influence of money in politics, and that money can kind of like shape public opinion, and also the polarization of, this cult of personality in the former president. It's a scary thing. It's a very scary thing. We've seen that in the past in history. We've seen that during the Trump presidency, the impacts that he had on our civil rights as Americans and on women and their reproductive rights. So we don't want to turn back the clock. We want to go forward, and going forward is Joe Biden for president.
I really, really appreciate it. We have about 90 seconds left, Mayor.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if you want to tell the audience why they should put their trust in, their vote in you for the Democratic primary the first Tuesday in June as you go for the Democratic nominee for Congress.
Sure. So you should put your trust in me because when you compare me to the other opponents, I'm the only one in this race that has a track record of earned accomplishments, a track record of progressing a city in an executive position to a better place than it was 6 years ago. When you just on the simply the merits compare me to my opposition, I hope you'll see that I'm the most qualified candidate and really the candidate who's giving people a choice. We're sick of party bossism and elections being decided behind closed doors. Let the people decide who should be the next congressman. And I'm sure if we go through that process, it's good for democracy.
Yeah, well, Hoboken Mayor Ravi Bhalla, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't take you another 250 episodes to come back.
Well, I'll be back soon.
I really appreciate it. Congratulations on all your successes as mayor. And, best of luck in your race going forward. We'll be watching it. We think it's going to be a nail biter, and we love that in the media.
Definitely vote.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Really appreciate it again. All right, folks, from Hoboken High School, located at 800 Clinton Street in the beautiful city of Hoboken, New Jersey. We want to thank them for having us use their facility for this interview. We will be right back with more. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse with Peter B. Folks, don't forget to go on our Facebook and our Instagram pages by searching The Pulse with Peter B. and like and follow us on each of those platforms. We're constantly updating those pages with previews of each week's segments and cool stories. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our email address at thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com.
Welcome back. I'm your host with the most, Josh Sotomayor Einstein. I'm so glad that you out there in TV land and on the internet decided to stay with us. I'm joined today not by that bum Biancamano, but by Steph Silva, the programming director of a wonderful nonprofit named Team Wilderness. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So why don't you tell us about Team Wilderness? I've heard that it takes kids that are in urban areas and in our urban area in particular and brings them for leadership building out in the country.
Yeah. So we work with, like you said, we work with youth in urban areas, so Hudson County. We're based in Jersey City. We actually just opened our first home, our first space. Prior to having our first home, we were doing most of our work virtually and kind of just meeting students where they're at. But our new location is 503 Communipal Ave in Jersey City. And that is what we call our base camp. So it's kind of our launching point for all of our trips, our like staging areas. So, we take kids hiking, camping, kayaking, waterfall rappelling. We introduce them to new experiences that they wouldn't normally get access to here in the city. Just trying to like bridge that nature gap. Youth that grow up in urban environments have less access to safe green spaces. And so, we understand the like physical and mental benefits of being outdoors. So that's kind of what we like stand on with our programs.
Now, you said, oh, that sounds super, super cool
Yeah.
and really, really good. It's good to get people out of, especially kids, out of urban areas and to see more of the countryside. But it sounds like it's a new organization. So how old is it?
We were founded in 2016, so we are fairly new, but we did make it through the pandemic. So we're really happy about that. And, we've grown every year. So our founder and our executive director was a teacher in the Jersey City Public School District. And he saw the need to get kids outdoors. He's an avid hiker himself. And he created like an after-school club to do this kind of work. And then we've been full-time doing this work for the past 3 years. So it originally was an after-school program, then it was a summer program, and now we're working with kids all year round, taking them outdoors, hiking, camping, like I said. We hike in the snow, we hike in the ice, and we equip the kids with gear and all the things to like keep them safe and comfortable outdoors, and just doing a lot of things that like most even adults in the city aren't doing.
Yeah, that's very, very impressive. I know there was like a 5-year stretch where I would go camping with my friends, but definitely not in the winter, not in the snow, not in the ice. Just don't have the fortitude for that sort of stuff. It's challenging. It's really, really cool. So how long have you been the programming director, and what does that position entail?
I've been with the organization since last year, 2023, in April. I started. And my job entails, well, it's kind of been evolving, as we grow. We just hired we just promoted my programming assistant to a programming coordinator. So some of the things that I used to do, now she's doing. So typically it's like running the trips, communicating with parents, communicating with partner organizations, creating curriculum, training, hiring, our staff in the field. Yeah. And, more, then there's like the boring stuff of nonprofit stuff, budgeting, like reporting.
I'm sure fundraising as well.
Yeah, fun.
So.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of stuff. If you work in nonprofit, you know that you're doing a million things. Then one day I'm at Walmart just like shopping for gear, like things like that.
That's really cool. So how many trips a year are there for the participants?
So we run 4 programs throughout the school year. Each of those individual programs has a monthly trip. So there's 4 trips a month happening during the school year. So I don't know, 4 times 9, whatever that is.
Well, even though we are in a school, I can't do math, so I'm not even going to try. All right.
So we have like a minimum of 4 trips happening during like every month. And then additionally, we have partners that hire us. So it can be like a school, another nonprofit. For example, like, Boys and Girls Club not Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
They hire us, to do trips with their participants, or other nonprofits in the area hire us. So then it depends. Like those partner trips run more in like the more favorable seasons. So spring and fall, we have a lot of partnership trips. And then during the school year, we have our regular trips. And then during the summer, it's just a whole different story. We're doing week-long programs with the same youth, going to various hiking locations every day.
Wait, so is it in the summer? Are they camping or is it just?
No, they're hiking. So there's day hikes happening and there's camping happening. So we have multiple programs happening at the same time. So we have programs with the Jersey City Public Schools, and those kids are middle school students, and they're just day hikes every day. We also do like kayaking and waterfall rappelling with them as well. But then we have our program, which is called Summer Treks, which we're starting to get registrations for now. That is 1 week of hiking, and then the second week is a 3-day backpacking trip in the Catskills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of like what the summer is like for
So
us.
on a yearly basis, how many kids are enrolled in all the various programs?
Oof.
Estimate.
It's a lot. I'd say like at any given time, there can be like 36 kids out on trips on any given day in various locations across the state with us. Last summer, we spent about 5,000 hours outdoors, if that helps give you a better idea. So with all those kids that are outdoors, multiply that by the time that they spent outdoors, that's 5,000 hours from July and August.
Oh, very, very cool.
Yeah.
So now let's say I was a parent. I'm not, thank God. But let's say I was. And, I lived in Jersey City or in Hoboken. How do I get my kid involved in the program?
So all of the information about our programming is on our website. So teamwilderness.org is our website. And you can see all of our programs. We have a photography program. We have a mental health program. We have an academic coaching program. All those programs provide monthly trips. And then you can also learn more about our summer program, Summer Treks.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, Steph, we only have about a minute left. 60 seconds just to say whatever message on behalf of the organization that you want to say to all the viewers out there.
Well, I just want to say that, personally, I'm so grateful to do this work here in Hudson County with youth that just need the outdoors so much. We've worked with youth that have never been on hikes before, and they stay with us for years after that. 30% of our staff are alumni of our program, and we pride ourselves in that. So, if you have a teen that you'd like to get outdoors, please visit our website, reach us, call us, email us, visit us in person, because we would love to work with them. We're always looking to hire from within our community as well. So that's another plug there. And yeah, this work means a lot to me. Being from Hudson County, being from the area, I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else.
Well, I mean, you could tell, I'm sure everyone out there on the internet and in TV land could see how important this work is to you. I think it's important for everybody to help get kids that are in urban areas to see the country, and then also for kids in the from the country to see the urban area, so everyone can like each other and know a little bit about each other, and we can have a very, very good country. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Peter Biancamano back with you. Don't forget to watch us on cable access every Sunday and Monday at 9 a.m. Optimum Channel 18, Files Channel 46, and Comcast Channel 190. Also on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m., you can watch our show on our YouTube channel, and you can also binge watch all of our old shows. Who doesn't want to keep watching The Pulse with Peter B? We'll see you there. Welcome back to The Pulse with Peter B. Peter Biancamano, back in the host chair, but still here at Hoboken High School, located at 800 Clinton Street in the beautiful city of Hoboken, New Jersey. And this is our monthly segment focusing on all the wonderful things the Hoboken District Schools are doing. And speaking of wonderful, it is the person next to me, and he is one of the advisors, a co-advisor of the debate program, Mr. Steve Bernardo. Pleasure having you on the show.
Good to
sir.
be here. Good to be here.
And anytime it's an Italian name, I have to do it. You know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Di Bernardo.
Di Bernardo. Before we get into some questions regarding the program specifically, how long have you been with the district, and how long has the program been in the high school?
I've been with the district for about 18 years now, almost 20 years. The program's been here before me, predates me. The program started off originally a small program, and rightly so because of the intensity of what is required to be a part of the program. So you would have to do some research on a topic, a current event topic, and then you would have to perfect a strategy in order to convince an audience. So it's all about like arguments for academic achievement, right? And you would go up to a student, try to recruit them and say, hey, listen, do you want to talk about this current event? And then we'll go and kind of have a little debate in the classroom. And they'll say, sure. And it's like, okay, well, now we're going to travel to another state or another country. You're going to get up in front of 200 people. Now you're going to convince them of your ideas. And they would say, well, yeah, that's not happening. That's way too scary. So fear initially played a big role in this. But over time, something that Mr. Huggins and I, my co-advisor,
We'll be joining us shortly, by the way.
Over time, we started to reshape the program to create transformative experiences for the students. And with that program that we built, the debate program began to grow. Almost exponentially.
Speaking of growing, how many students, I guess from the start of your time here as being a co-advisor of the debate program to now, how many students have increased as members of the debate program?
When we took over the program, there were about 8 to 10 students involved in the program.
Wow.
They were very academic-minded students, terrified to speak in public, as most people are. It's very common. And what we realized was we needed to create a family atmosphere, a culture, a tribe, if you will, of people who were like-minded, who bonded together. And we called it shared suffering. We would go and do all kinds of activities and team-building activities, and we grow closer together. We would earn their trust. They would earn our trust. And then we would take them on these trips in which they'd wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and they would put a suit on, they would go get breakfast, walk along the financial district of the city as if they were successful adults and feel that, go and eat breakfast from another culture they've never had before, and then go debate for 4 hours, stand up in front of 100 people, 200 people, convince them of ideas. Then they would have lunch by themselves in these groups, feeling like a successful adult. We would take them to dinner to some place to try food they've never had before. Then we'd go the next day and climb a mountain, ride bikes across a bridge, and just these unbelievable activities. And they would do this after 7 days of these activities. They would remark to Mr. Huggins and I, like, I feel like a completely different person after going through this experience. And we say, well, that's the transformative experience. So over time, more students started to come for that experience. They would bring their friends and more students would come. And we started with 8 to 10 to 12. We have about 140 students involved in this program now, yeah.
Wow. I can't even do the math. That's how high, that's how much it's increased. Well, we are going to have your co-advisor, Mr. Huggins, come on in just a few short seconds. So I want to thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And congratulations on the expansion of this program.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing what new heights that you guys are going to achieve in the next few years.
We're constantly climbing and reaching.
Look, he's getting me motivated, folks. And I haven't debated in a very long time. Thank goodness for that. Mr. DiBernardo, thank you so much again. The co-advisor here of the debate program at Hoboken High School. Don't go anywhere. We're going to give some testimonials from your students in the debate program. So you're not going to want to miss that, folks. And thank you again for coming on. Back here at Hoboken High School, located at 800 Clinton Street in the beautiful city of Hoboken, New Jersey. And we are going to feature some of the students of the debate program. They want to take over my job as host of this show. And I say, please do so. Because if you have to work with Josh Sotomayor or Einstein, it's always a negative experience. Anyway, and we are here today with...
Amalia.
Amalia, tell me your last name.
Amalia Valle.
Oh, ooh, I like that. It's like Biancamano. Anyway, talk to me about what year you're in and how long you've been with the debate program.
Yeah, I'm a junior here at Hoboken High School, and I've been with the debate program since freshman year.
Very, very cool. That's 3 years. See, simple arithmetic. Anyway, Amalia, you said?
Yes, Amalia.
Beautiful name again.
Thank you.
Talk to me about how the program has helped you inside and outside of the high school.
Well, the program has definitely with like leadership skills. It's taught me a lot of that, which I learned in Model Congress competitions, and also with my public speaking, which has helped me both in class when I'm trying to articulate my thoughts, and then out of school when I'm starting outside of school initiatives and other things like that.
Very, very cool. Well, good luck going forward.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more. Still here at Hoboken High School, located at 800 Clinton Street in Hoboken, and we're joined by another fabulous member of the debate program here at the high school. Tell me your name and your year.
My name is Kendall McDonough. I am a senior here at Hoboken High School, and I have been involved in the debate program all of my 4 years of high school.
Wow, a veteran here. I absolutely love it. That's insane. So I'm going to ask you a little bit of a different question. You know, I'm putting you guys, on the spot here underneath the wings here. And that is, how have you witnessed the program evolve in your 4 years?
It has been like an exponential growth of the debate program since starting freshman year. My freshman year only had, I think, like at least like under 20 freshmen join, and then it slowly like decreased over time with like involvement and stuff and just like finding where you fit in high school. But now my senior year, we had like 80 freshmen at the interest meeting, which is basically like half the freshman class here at Hoboken High School. And so it was just like so amazing to see so many young minds so interested in debate, and just made me really proud to be a part of this club here and its impact overall.
Excellent. And congratulations on your
Thank
pending
you.
graduation coming
Yes,
up.
thank you.
And best of luck in your secondary education.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be back with more. Still here, featuring the wonderful Hoboken High students of the debate program. And we're joined today, or right now, with...
My name is Genevieve Fink, and I'm currently a junior at Hoboken High School, and I've been a part of the program since my freshman year.
Well, that is awesome, Genevieve, and thank you for coming on and talking to us about it today. And what have you learned that can help you in the outside world from the debate program?
I mean, coming in freshman year, I've definitely grown as a person because of this program. I've always known that I've wanted to do something in more politics, law, and through this I've been able to kind of discover what my true passions are, as well as work on my communication and public speaking, because when you're in a room with 50 other delegates from other schools who you've never met before, you really learn how to communicate efficiently and effectively.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome, and best of luck going forward, Genevieve.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be back with more. All right, as promised, we have the other co-advisor of the debate program here at Hoboken High School, and that is Mr. Paul Huggins. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Absolutely, and I know you've been patiently waiting, and we appreciate it. So just to follow up on what Mr. Bernardo said, excuse me, what type of competitions has the debate program participated in, and the awards they've won?
Well, when we first started, we had really just one type of competition. We did Harvard Model Congress, which is a simulation of our Congress, our U.S. Congress. And since then, it's grown. We do Model UN, various Model UNs around. And we also have taken on mock trial, which really has really been a big part of the program. Awesome. But we are always looking for different conferences as we go forward. Years ago, we also did a mock freeholder. And so we try to get to more local issues and have students come up from different perspectives as members of the audience and as freeholders. But those are the main things. We do simulated government in its various forms and mock trial.
Well, anybody can give County Commissioner Anthony Romano a run for his money, in my opinion. I'm just kidding, Stick. We love you. And talk to me about some of the places you travel to. Obviously, I believe Harvard Model Congress is in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, your students are really getting, to see the greater United States just by participating in this program.
Yes, that was the traditional trip that we took to San Francisco, and students really enjoyed that, and they got out of their comfort zone and went to someplace really different and experienced working with students from around the world at the time. And then a couple of years ago, we're looking at cost and price and everything, and we're like, you know what, they have a HMC Madrid. Wow. And we took them to Madrid, and it was amazing, and they did an amazing job. And it really, I know Mr. D talked about transformative experiences. It really was, all these trips are transformative, but it was like the Super Bowl of model Congress. So it was really great. And we took it back again after COVID. So we got kind of canceled and disappointed. But we also traveled to DC last year. We went to Washington, DC on a Princeton Model Congress. And we've done Philadelphia just recently with a Model Congress for Rutgers. And so we try to like mix it up and get them all over the place to kind of experience new things. So,
That is so
yeah.
cool. And Mr. D, as they say,
Yeah.
as you said,
Mr. D. Bernard.
I can call him that, I guess now.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
boys now.
Yeah,
He really discussed how the program has expanded.
Yes.
So, what do you think the benefit is for having a debate program here at Hoboken High School for the students? That is.
Well, I'll hold off on the academic benefit because there's a lot to that. But I know that a lot of students come here, especially as freshmen, and they're kind of, either coming into the district or they're coming into high school and they're looking for a place. And we have always envisioned, and I remember writing a letter about wanting a room years ago, and talking about having a home for the students. And like they come here and they have this home and they have the support of older students. And really it becomes a place where it's cool to work hard on school, and it's cool to be part of something that's bigger than yourself. And then you kind of get supported by everyone and they find a family, a network here. And it's wonderful. Yeah. The academic is obvious. I teach language composition and research, and Mr. D is a history teacher. And those two things complement each other. So they're getting politics and history, they're getting current events, but they're really also developing their ability to form and create a really strong line of reasoning and make strategic rhetorical choices. And they're practicing that over and over again. And that's really everything, making a good argument and communicating.
That is wonderful. Well, Mr. Paul Huggins, co-advisor here of the debate program at Hoboken High School. Thank you so much. Congratulations on where the program has come. We'll be back with more. As we continue featuring the wonderful students of Hoboken High School's debate program, we are now joined by...
Hi, my name is Kobe Kriegel. I'm a junior at Hoboken High School, and I've been in the debate program since freshman year, so that would be 3 years.
3 years, all right. And how have you seen it evolved in your 3 years that you've been part of the program?
I think the evolution of the debate program at Hoboken High School has been astounding. I mean, when I joined the debate program 3 years ago, it was very personal. I'd say the student to teacher ratio was probably 20-1, and with only 2 advisors, there just weren't that many people in the program. But here, coming in this year, there were 150 people at least that were interested in the program. And I think the growth of the program has been so high, we've had to knock down walls in rooms to give more space to them. So I definitely think the growth of the program has been huge.
Well, we love knocking down walls for success, right? And I wish you the best of luck going forward. I really do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks, we'll be back with more. Still here at Hoboken High School, featuring the debate program students, and we are joined by...
Zoe Magaletta. I'm a junior at Hoboken High School, and I've been in the debate program since freshman year, so that's almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Well,
And yeah, so
sorry,
continue.
about 3 years.
About 3 years. You know what? It's simple arithmetic. So it'll be 3 years very soon. What is your favorite components about being in the debate program for this long?
Oh, wow. One of my favorite components is that I've been able to meet so many people to discuss issues that plague the world. For example, last year when I was a sophomore, we actually went to Madrid, Spain for a Model Congress competition. And in that role, I was able to meet people from Europe and Asia to discuss pressing issues of the world, ranging from challenges foreign development challenges, as well as challenges facing the US domestically. So I really like hearing all the perspectives and being able to voice my opinions on such an international scale.
That is fantastic. And best of luck
Thanks so
as you finish off your junior year and in your senior year. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, folks, join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. I'm Peter Biancamano. I hope you have a great week, everybody.